Attorney General Eric Holder started a firestorm this week after he said that the U.S. government could use a drone strike against a U.S. citizen on American soil. His assertion led lawmakers, including Senator Rand Paul, to question him. And it wasn't until after Paul's 13-hour filibuster that the Attorney General finally admitted he was wrong. So what if Paul and senators like him had never questioned Holder? Former DOJ official and author of Injustice, J. Christian Adams, joins us now. Hi, Mr. Adams.
Good morning, Allison.
Okay, so what did you make of all of this that happened this week? What did you think of Rand Paul's filibuster first?
Well, Rand Paul accomplished what no Republican has been able to do yet, and that's get this administration to throw Eric Holder under the bus. Look, his comments about drones were so frightening they simply had to disavow them. This was about more than just getting John Brennan confirmed. This was about avoiding a public relations mess.
And yet, you've heard some on the other side who say this was absurd. Obviously, the Attorney General wasn't talking about just droning U.S. citizens who happen to be sipping their cappuccinos at a Midtown Manhattan cafe. Did it require a clarification like this?
Well, don't forget, Holder's letter really doesn't concede too much. It says that he wouldn't use drones against Americans engaged in combat operations, or only in combat operations. Well, look, where was this guy when they discussed due process in law school? The idea that you would use a drone anywhere in the United States against a U.S. citizen is almost science fiction. It's not the sort of thing that this administration campaigned on in 2008. They talk about due process and the rule of law and civil courts, and suddenly we're sending drones in theory against U.S. citizens. It's outrageous.
And it is so outrageous and so out there. What do you think was going on with Eric Holder? He didn't know the policy? That doesn't seem possible. Why did he make that misstep?
Well, it shows what happens when Republicans fight. This misstep came from Ted Cruz, Senator Cruz from Texas, actually showing up to a hearing, which is a great start for Republicans, and asking tough questions of Holder. He has very thin skin. He can't handle the tough questioning, and he gave it up. He said, look, we might conceivably use drones against U.S. citizens on U.S. soil. It shows if Republicans fight, if they actually push the administration on their most radical policies, this administration will back down.
Well, Rand Paul did that, and he said that he's not going to stop. Basically, I believe we have a statement for him. I'm not sure if we can pull that up. The Senate has the power to restrain the executive branch, and my filibuster was the beginning of the fight to restore a healthy balance of powers. The president still needs to definitively say that the United States will not kill American non-combatants. The Constitution's Fifth Amendment applies to all Americans. There are no exceptions. Does Senator Paul, well, he does think that that includes people on foreign soil as well. What do you say?
Well, Senator Paul is exactly right. If you read the letter carefully from Eric Holder, it still leaves open the possibility of drone strikes on U.S. citizens on U.S. soil. The irony here is, Allison, that this administration, this Justice Department, has been going after police departments like Houston, Seattle, Portland, Oregon, for the use of excessive force against U.S. citizens. If those police departments did what Eric Holder said he can do, this Justice Department would be investigating them for excessive force.
Oh, boy. Good thing we're trying to get some clarifications. J. Christian Adams, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you, Allison.